Good morning, St. Louis! Welcome back to the STL Donut Tour. This week, I'm out in Jefferson County visiting the famous Blue Owl Bakery in House Springs. I took a detour out of the city for a shop that's been featured on the Food Network, The Today Show, and as one of Oprah's favorite things. Nationally renowned for their Levee High Pies, I decided to stop in and sample their donuts. I was absolutely delighted by the variety of styles available and was ecstatic to find fried hand pies as well. Their Gooey Butter Hand Pie may be one of the best pastries I've ever eaten. Totally worth the 30-plus minute drive all on its own, with a bonus of 30 cents a gallon cheaper gas prices. If you're on the lookout for top-notch donuts and pastries in Missouri, this spot is a must-visit. Now let's take a closer look at those Blue Owl Bakery donuts. Starting off today with a fantastic glazed twist. What a delightful donut all around. Beautifully golden with a sweet buttery yeasty flavor and a soft pillowy melt-in-your-mouth texture. The Blue Owl Bakery hits it out of the park with their take on this classic donut. Following that, we have a gorgeous sugared strawberry jelly-filled Bismarck. The outside of the donut is done perfectly with a beautifully crisp snap that gives way to a fluffy, soft interior. The jelly is delicious, boasting a classic flavor and texture. Just an all-around great donut. Next up, we have the chocolate iced custard filled, another beautifully golden, soft, and fluffy Bismarck. The chocolate icing is fudgy and delicious. This Boston cream is stuffed full with delicious, sweet, velvety custard. With a perfect balance of flavor and texture, this is definitely one of my favorites. Coming up next, the chocolate caramel long john. Wow, what a delicious donut. The chocolate long john with the caramel swirl is just fantastic. The caramel adds a lovely touch, bringing a depth of richness to the sweet fudgy chocolate and the soft, fluffy long john. I am just enamored by their yeast donuts, so soft and pillowy with a sweet, buttery flavor that has a nice touch of yeast on the back end. Next up, we have the buttermilk bar. The lone cake donut today is a wonderfully golden glazed buttermilk bar. It has a crisp outside and a soft cakey inside. A wonderfully balanced flavor, the perfect sidecar for your morning coffee. Coming up next, the fried glazed croissant. I was thrilled to see so many styles of croissants. The classic glazed croissant is just the tops. A perfect golden exterior with a nice crisp shell and a flaky soft interior that has a sweet buttery flavor. The glaze adds a nice sugary sweetness that really brings out the butteriness of it all. So happy to find these here. Since this was my first time seeing so many styles of croissants in one shop, I had to get one more. The cinnamon sugar coated. Wow, the cinnamon really adds a completely different character to the sweet butter flavor of the croissant. It's amazing, and the texture of the pastry is so flaky with the perfect chew to it. I don't know which one of these croissants I love more. Coming up next, an absolutely gorgeous apple fritter. This looks magnificent with so many valleys and crevices and that sweet sugary glaze just piled on thick. The outside edges are beautifully crisp with caramelization and glaze, while the inside is soft and fluffy with a deep, rich cinnamon apple flavor. Just look at all those sweet, juicy apples inside. This is a great fritter. Now on to the fried hand pies. First up, the caramel apple hand pie. Perfect pie crust with a delightful apple flavor from a place famous for apple pies. The crust is so chewy and buttery with a light crisp outside. The pie is filled to the brim with apple filling and drizzled with caramel icing. This hand pie is simply delectable. And last but not least, the Gooey Butter Fried Hand Pie. 5 stars, one of the best pastries I've had on the tour. Perfect pie dough crust, filled with super sweet, ultra buttery, uber rich, gooey butter filling, and dusted with powdered sugar. I'm surprised that I had to drive more than 20 miles outside of the city to find something like this. This alone is worth the 30-minute drive. Thanks for joining me on this week's tour of the Blue Owl Bakery in House Springs. I highly recommend that you stop in and try some of their delicious donuts and pies. The Gooey Butter Hand Pie alone is worth the drive out here. I'll be wrapping up the donut tour soon with episode 100, but first, I've still got a few more places around St. Louis that sell donuts I haven't tried yet. Until then, everybody, keep looking for the gateway to the West through fried dough. Have a great day.